Hello, congratulations. This is your first piano lesson, so we're going to start from the very beginning. Let's have a little drink, start things off, very relaxed manner. That is my culture. Welcome to Dingo's Melodic Piano Emporium. Okay, what's the first thing we're going to start with today? Our hands, because if you don't have any hands or any pans, it's going to be hard to cook or play the piano. So, hands, really important for piano playing. If you don't have two hands, don't worry about it. I'm sure there's a way you can do it, and if I was surfing and a shark bit off my hands, I'm sure I'd find some way to do it as well. So, if you're a robot or a human with two hands, the first thing we want to know is thumbs are finger number 1. Our fingers are numbered from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in these lessons, when I'm referring to your finger numbers, thumbs are always 1. Let's hold them up with me now. So we've got our 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Alright, you hold them up. Quick test. Where's your 5s? Wiggle your 5s. There they are. Wiggle our 1s. Wiggle our 4s. Wiggle our 2s. And wiggle our 3s. Very important first thing we've learned. Finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, cool. Next thing, how do we sit at the piano? Well, we want to sit with a straight back. We want to have both our feet planted on the ground. And we want to be, basically our arms sort of at right angles. Now, if you can see my hand, you see my wrist is held high and my fingers are curling down to the piano. So you want to imagine there's a bubble sort of in between your hand. Imagine your hand is curved around an imaginary bubble and our fingers are like little hammers. Now, if you've ever seen inside a piano, you'll know that the piano is full of little hammers that hit a backboard of strings. And you want to imagine your fingers are like those little hammers. And another analogy I like to use is you got to keep your fingers down on the piano when you're playing. So some people, especially when they're learning, they'll end up playing one finger and keeping the other fingers in the air. But if you want your hands to run fast, think about it like this. You ever seen a spider run on one leg? Pretty weird, yeah? Don't do it. A spider runs with all its legs grounded. Alright, so keep your spider legs on the ground. Keep your imaginary bubble there, your wrist high, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that you know your finger numbers, you know how to sit at the piano with a nice straight back with your feet on the ground. Your palms are curved, like the imaginary bubble, and we're keeping all fingers on the piano. Now I'm going to swing the camera around so you can see the keyboard, and we're going to learn all the notes on the piano. Okay, so now we're looking straight at the piano. And the first thing you're going to notice is that we have white keys and we have black keys. First, I'm going to explain the white keys, and we'll get to the black keys later. But I want you to notice that the black keys are grouped in 3s, and then there's a space, and then there's 2. 3, 2. And this repeats across the whole piano. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Now, to teach you your first white note, I want you to find the group of 2 black notes that are right in the middle of the piano. Once you get to them, I want you to come off the end. And when I say the end, I mean the lower end, which is tonally going down the piano. See here, we're getting lower, stomping. Lower. So whenever I say down the piano, I mean this way. Whenever I say up the piano, I mean tonally higher. Up the piano that way. So we've found our 2 black notes in the middle and we've dropped off the lower end. And this is called middle C. Get lost, fly. So this is called middle C. Yeah? Most important note you'll ever learn on the piano, because everything is split between middle C and the left, which is what we'll end up learning is called the bass clef, and the right, which is called the treble clef. So, but for now, I just want you to think that you find the 2 black notes, you come off the end, and you've now found middle C, because this is the C, which is in the middle of the piano. Now, our finger numbers are, our note numbers, our note names are based on the alphabet, and it goes from A to G, yeah? So, this is C. What do you reckon might come before C? B. And what might come before B? It's an A. Now, A being the beginning, this will be the next one of our last ones, but it is also up here, and it's a G, because on the piano we only go from A to G. So we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we're back to an A. Now, that is 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is what we call an octave. How many legs on an octopus? 8. How many sides in an octagon? 8. How many notes in an octave? 8. Now, it is a useful thing to know because this is the cycle over which notes repeat. You only have that many notes on a piano and then they repeat, and it's just the same note but an octave either higher or lower. Now, I'm hoping that makes sense. If not, pause the video and just repeat. Go back to the beginning. I'm going to explain the same thing now but starting from a C. So, again, we know how to find our C. We find our 2 black notes in the middle of the piano. We drop off the end to find C. And just quickly, let's go through and find all the C's on the piano. I want you to pause it and play every C on the piano. And then when you come back, I'm going to play every C on the piano. So here we go, every C on the piano. Bingo. So if you know what all the C's are, you can either go up or down to work out what the other notes are, yeah? So if I randomly press a note here, okay, what's that? The way to work that out is go to the closest C and move up or down. I can see that the closest C is here, so I'm going to move up. C, D, E, F, that's an F. Alright, cool, let's do this game a couple more times and then I want you to pause it and do it for 10 notes. We're not using the black notes now, we're just using the white notes. So, 2 more. Okay, this one. Alright, what is that? I'm going to find the closest C. It's not that one, it's still this one. So C, let's work backwards. C, what comes before C? B, before B, A, and then we're back to the beginning, so it's a G. That's a G. Now, one more time. What's that one? Oh, we've done this one before, but you should be able to work it out now. There's the closest C. Let's step up. C. What's this? That's a D. What's this? Hopefully you got that right. That's an E, which means this is an F. So I want you to pause the video now and play that game yourself. Just close your eyes, randomly play a white note, and then work out what that white note is based on the closest C, moving forwards or backwards. Remember, we only go from A through to G. So, if you've done that, you should now know all the white notes on the piano. It's that simple. Now, so we might as well tell you now what the black notes are. The black notes are called sharps and flats. Now, don't worry, by the end of this lesson, we're going to learn a song. I just want to teach you what all the sharps, what the white notes and the black notes are called, and then we're going to get straight into some songs. Actually, you know what? I'm getting bored. I want to learn a song. We're going to learn Lean On Me. I'll teach you what the black notes are another time. Maybe next lesson. Lesson 2. Okay, here we go. So, Lean On Me. Beautiful song. We're going to do a simplified version, but by the end of this course, you're going to be playing it like this. Alright, cool. So, Lean On Me, a really lovely song, good message, especially at times like this in global pandemics. But, it is all using the white notes, and we're going to start with our thumb on C. Here we are. C, C, D, E, F. And we're going to use our finger numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, put down a single note. So 1, 2, 3, and then we don't play our 1 on C, we play it on B. B, C. Apart from that, your hand will stay in exactly the same position. One more time, I'll play it from the top, and then I want you to pause it and play it a few times. Alright, real nice. I want you to try that now, please. So you've paused it, you've played the notes so far for Lean On Me, and what I want to explain is this is what's called a melody. So a melody is a single notes in a row that form a little sequence or a little phrase. That's what melody is, single notes in a row. So, for example, a saxophone is a melodic instrument because one saxophone can only ever play one note at a time. A piano is a harmonic instrument, and one of the most amazing harmonic instruments because I can play 10 notes at a time. There, I've got 8, but if I want I can include these 4th fingers. Oh, that's a nice jazzy chord. So yeah, you can play up to 10 notes at a time. There's not really any other instrument you can do that. Pretty amazing. The other great harmonic instrument obviously is a guitar, 6 notes. But we're not learning the guitar yet. If you want to learn something on the guitar, I might post a video later, just let me know. So, we have learned our melody for Lean On Me. Later on I'm going to teach you how to add the harmony, the chords. It's really nice and easy, and that'll be your first introduction to chords. But we've already learnt a lot this lesson. We've learnt how to hold our hands. We've learnt all the names of the notes on the piano from A to G and how they repeat in what is called an octave, because an octave is 8 notes. You've learnt where to find all the C's on the piano and how you can use that C as your reference point for the other notes. And yeah, that's a really great introduction. We've learnt the song, we've learnt the notes on the piano. We haven't touched on the black notes or on reading music. We're going to get to that in lesson 2, but great work.